Not a sport. Swimming is something you do to cool off. Cross-country skiing is how a Norwegian goes out for beer. The biathlon, which combines skiing and shooting, is how a Norwegian robs a bank. Bowling, now bowling at least has a ball. But bowling exists solely as an excuse to suck down beer and bratwurst in the middle of the week. Is it a sport? Yes, and thank God for it. It goes like this. Any activity in which beer improves your performance is not a sport. Any activity in which you can pull a groin is a sport. Anyone who has pulled a groin, therefore, is an athlete.
Got a lot on your mind? Chill out at Mandalay Bay Resort in Las Vegas. From Red Square to Rum Jungle, from the House of Blues to the Sand and Surf Beach, nobody can entertain you like we can. Call 877-632-7000 for reservations.
Hunting is not a sport. It's how a redneck shops for groceries.
Do you know what makes a woman want you? You'll be surprised to know it has nothing to do with your looks. Some men send out invisible sexual signals that excite women instantly. The more signals your body sends out, the more women you attract. Now there's a way to get those sexual signals in a bottle. It's called Vibrations with pheromones. Vibrations contains a secret pheromone compound that's completely undetectable, but thoroughly irresistible. Wear Vibrations at work, and you'll get more attention. Wear it at night, and beautiful women will compete for you. Vibrations gives you an unfair advantage with beautiful women. You'll get more looks, more attention, more everything. It's guaranteed. Call now, 888-318-7980. Mention this ad and get a stimulating video for adults only, free when you order Vibrations. Call now, 888-318-7980. That's 888-318-7980.
Welcome back to the Fan with Mike Responts on the Sports Fan Radio Network. Big dial 1-800-895-1011. That's 1-800-895-1011. All right, welcome back to the show. You are listening to the Pig Pen on the Sports Fan Radio Network. Mike Responts for the Sports Pig. Taking your phone calls. 1-800-895-1011 is the number.
895-1011. Let's go back to the phones. This is Teresa. She's calling us from Arizona. Teresa, how you doing?
Huh?
How are you?
Pretty good.
What's on your mind this morning?
Well, I just wanted to say that I watched the end of the game, including like the sudden death and the penalty kicks.
Uh-huh.
And I could have cared less, but I'm just glad America won.
Okay, so you as a young, how old are you?
14.
You're 14. So you as a 14-year-old girl, this didn't make you want to like go out and join a soccer team or anything like that?
Nah. I don't really like soccer, but my brother was watching it, so I just watched the end of the game.
So your brother made you watch?
Yeah.
Yeah? So you don't think this has any significance for a girl your age at all?
Nah.
Are you an apathetic teenager? Because I know, Teresa, when I was a teenager, I was kind of apathetic myself.
I don't know.
Okay. Do you play any sports?
Yeah.
And you listen to sports talk radio?
Sometimes.
Okay. But this game meant nothing to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you calling in and giving your opinion.
Okay.
Thanks.
Bye.
1-800-895-1011. See, I didn't know we had any 14-year-old girls listen to this show. Turns out she just likes sports talk radio, couldn't give it a damn about the soccer game. 1-800-895-1011. Jerry is in Jackson, Tennessee.
How you doing, Tig?
You know, now, come on, Jerry. You guys in Tennessee, I know you get excited by 14-year-old girls, don't you?
Okay, Jerry. Okay. I have a...
Sports Radio 550. KGME, Phoenix.
A station of Chancellor Media Corporation.
For 120 minutes, Brianna Scurry saw little action, making just 2 saves, but when the Women's World Cup soccer final ended regulation and overtime in a scoreless tie, it was time for the American goalkeeper to do her stuff in a shootout, and that's just what she did.
I knew if I could get one save that I thought that would be enough for us to pull through with the win. And I mean, I'm very happy that my teammates were able to make all theirs, because that doesn't happen very often either. So I mean, it all came together for us. I mean, we worked really hard today, and I mean, it would have been very, very disheartening had we not won that game.
The U.S. women beat China 5-4 in a shootout to become world champions. Dallas Cowboys quarterback Troy Aikman gets engaged. No date set for his marriage to Rhonda Worthy. We'll have a look at your baseball in 1 minute.
Sports Fan Radio Network. Introducing the new Encore movie channel. The new Encore is just that, new. Now with recent big hit movies like Con Air, The English Patient, G.I. Jane, and Scream. And only Encore promises you a great movie every night, guaranteed. So call 800-210-4000 for the new Encore movie channel. A great movie every night, guaranteed. Encore is a premium subscription movie network.
Interleague rivalries heated up, and intercity rivalries as well. New York and Chicago going at it. Let's check out the Mets-Yankees first.
Robin Ventura swings and hits a high fly ball. Pretty deep to left center. Back goes Bernie. It's off the wall in left center field. Agbayani is racing for third. He's rounding third. He's trying to score. There'll be no play at the plate. And the Mets take the lead, 3-2.
Thanks to WFAN Mets Radio Network, the Mets make it 2 games in a row over their crosstown rivals. Mets 9, Yankees 8. Yankees had won 124 consecutive games when they led entering the 9th, but Mariano Rivera blows a save for just the 3rd time in 25 chances. Los Angeles beats Seattle 2-1. It was Pittsburgh falling to the Minnesota Twins 5-4. Now, how about that Chicago rivalry?
The Cubs looking for more. The pitch. Great line to face it into right center field. 2 runs will score. Tyler Houston goes to third. 3-0 Cubs on a 2-run single by Mark Grace.
Thanks to WGN, the Cubs radio network. So much for the White Sox sweeping the Cubs. Cubbies come up with a 10-2 win on Saturday, their first W in 5 meetings with their crosstown rival White Sox. The Sox had outscored the Cubs 20-11 in the first 4 games. Cleveland beats Cincinnati by an 11-10 score. It took 11 innings, but Atlanta beats Boston 2-1. Texas falls to San Diego 5-4. It was Oakland 2, Arizona 0. Detroit Tigers beat Milwaukee 9-3. Tampa Bay over Florida 9-8. In Canada, Toronto edges Montreal's Expos 7-6. Houston slips by Kansas City 3-2. Anaheim whips Colorado 9-3. It was Baltimore doubling up on the Philadelphia Phillies by an 8-4 score. There was one game, a regular game in the National League. It was San Francisco beating the St. Louis Cardinals by a 4-2 margin. I'm Corbett Bratton on America's largest sports radio network.
Sports Fan Radio Network. What would you do to talk to the great one, Wayne Gretzky?
I'll kiss Cleopatra's feet if we get Wayne Gretzky.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. We're talking with Wayne Gretzky. Do you still blush a little bit when people call you the great one?
People now call me the great one. I always kind of say used to be.
All right, Cleopatra. She's got her foot up on the chair.
All right.
He's puckering up. Oh, yeah. That wasn't so bad. Yeah.
Powell and the Pig.
Way to go, Cleo.
Weeknights at 7 Eastern on the Sports Fan Radio Network.
Got your summer vacation planned? You've earned it. Time to get away and leave your worries behind, which gets a lot easier when you protect your home with 24-hour central station monitoring from ADT. Because it's not just the temperatures rising, it's crime. Installing an ADT system makes your home 15 times less likely to be the target of a break-in. So protect your home and family with America's #1 home security company, ADT. Your timing couldn't be better because right now, ADT will give you 2 months free central station monitoring when you install an ADT system. Let ADT keep watch over your kids and your home 24 hours a day. Call today for free information about this special 2-month free monitoring offer. 1-800-617-8400. That's 1-800-617-8400. Jot it down. 1-800-617-8400. 36-month monitoring agreement required at $25.99 a month. One-time activation fee and requirements, restrictions, and fees may apply.
Do you know what makes a woman want you? You'll be surprised to know it has nothing to do with your looks. Some men send out invisible sexual signals that excite women instantly. The more signals your body sends out, the more women you attract. Now there's a way to get those sexual signals in a bottle. It's called Vibrations with pheromones. Vibrations contains a secret pheromone compound that's completely undetectable, but thoroughly irresistible. Wear Vibrations at work, and you'll get more attention. Wear it at night, and beautiful women will compete for you. Vibrations gives you an unfair advantage with beautiful women. You'll get more looks, more attention, more everything. It's guaranteed. Call now, 888-318-7980. Mention this ad and get a stimulating video for adults only, free when you order Vibrations. Call now, 888-318-7980. That's 888-318-7980.
To talk to the Sports Pig, dial 1-800-895-1011. That's 1-800-895-1011.
No, I expected more scoring. It was played in the middle of the field more than I anticipated. But the ending went as I predicted.
And now, here's the other white meat, the pig, Mike Responts.
All right, welcome back to the show. You're listening to the Pig Pen on the Sports Fan Radio Network. Mike Response, the Sports Pig, taking your calls. Our number, 1-800-895-1011. 1-800-895-1011. That is the phone number. Would be happy, thrilled, and elated to talk sports with you. Been busy on the phones all night. If you've had trouble getting through, keep trying. Again, you can email me, sptpig@aol.com. Got a couple of irate emails from people who are big soccer fans. I hate soccer. This game today was not about soccer. It was about women's athletics and American culture. It had nothing to do with soccer. You got to keep that in mind. And for all you people that are emailing me, soccer is the most popular participant sport in the United States. Soccer is the most popular sport in the world. Guess what? 1 trillion flies eat feces. Are they right? No. Soccer is not a sport. It's a babysitting service for yuppies that are too lazy to take their kids and, participate them in real sports. Soccer is the decline of Western civilization, particularly if you have a boy. You want your kid to be a homo, have him play soccer. You want your kid to be a loser his entire life, have him play soccer. If not, get him involved in a real sport like baseball, football, basketball, or hockey, any sport other than soccer. My God. Taylor, you never let your kid play soccer?
No, I'm never going to have kids, but if I do, I won't have.
What if the condom breaks?
Yeah, exactly. I will not let them play soccer, even if I suppose today, if it's a girl, maybe.
Yeah, what are you going to do? Yeah. Argue with your wife?
Right, exactly. You're not going to argue with your wife if she wants your kid to play soccer, but if she wants me to take my boy to soccer practice, I'll just have to make a left.
Just have to kill him.
Right. Yeah. I'll actually just make a left and pretend we're going to soccer practice. And we'll go either to football practice, or I'll start them early on strip clubs.
There you go. That's spoken like a true American. 1-800-895-1011. Doug's in Seattle.
Hi, Mike. How you doing?
Doug, how you doing, man?
Oh, pretty good. Hey, listen, I got a question about the Arizona Cardinals. And, I'm a big fan of Jake Plumbers, but like you are. But how or who do they have to replace Larry Centers?
They actually drafted, I don't know if you ever watched much college football, they got Joel Makovicka, the Nebraska fullback. So he's the guy that's going to come in there, and I would assume be their starting fullback.
Okay. Well, I just thought that was a big loss, and but
it was a financial loss, and they chose to go in that direction, and everybody knows what Larry Centers has done for the Arizona Cardinals. And the thing that I think they're pitching in Arizona is that Larry Centers was a tremendous receiver out of the backfield, but at this stage of his career, as far as a blocking running back, he was not that type of player.
Right. And the other thing I want to get at is, switching over. I think that the Mariners will sign. I mean, it's got to be an accomplishment. You got two of the greatest players.
They got to sign them both.
Yeah.
And if they can't sign them both, they got to sell the team to somebody who will. Period.
Well, that's exactly it, and I think that they will. And I mean,
Doug, I was filling in for JT last week, and I spent an extra hour on the air on the Brick House screaming at people in Seattle. And again, not everybody heard that one particular show, but I'm telling you this. Every one of you listeners in Seattle, the choice is not A-Rod or Griffey. The choice is keep your franchise or lose your franchise. To keep your franchise, you keep both those players. Because you can't keep one of them. Griffey, do you understand? If you trade A-Rod, Griffey will never sign with that pathetic team. Never.
I agree.
And that you have got to understand that reality. Ken Griffey Jr., unlike all the people who own that club, unlike John Ellis, unlike Chuck Armstrong, is not a loser. John Ellis is a loser. And the fact that he would even threaten little children, you ever want your grandkid to see or your kid to see a baseball team, blah, blah, give me $100 million. He's an extortionist. He belongs in prison. How's that not extortion, Doug, when you send a letter to some political board going, give me $100 million or else? How's that not extortion?
Yeah, well, it's holding them hostage. Yeah, right.
Yeah, so you know what? Here's what you need to do. You need to convince the prosecutors in King County to go to John Ellis's office, remove him in shackles, arrest him for extortion, putting him in a holding cell, and do a rectal cavity search on him, because that's what he's doing to you or attempting to do to you.
But, I think somebody like Paul Allen will step up.
Well, yeah, but you know what? Get him now, because if you don't, I'm telling you, Woody Woodward's going to trade A-Rod in a week or in a month or within a couple of months. You got to get that going now, because these guys are gone. Your team is defunct if you don't do this now. Now. Right now. 1-800-895-1011. Jeff is in Boston.
Hey, what's happening, man?
You tell me, Jeff.
I just want to talk some Red Sox, but I'll agree with you on this whole soccer deal, man.
Soccer is a joke. It's the decline of Western civilization. However, that does not lessen the impact of that women's soccer game yesterday.
No, it's excellent. I had a sister that played college soccer, and she's a soccer coach right now in college.
Well, now, wait a minute. If she's a soccer coach right now, what's her perspective on what this Women's World Cup thing has meant?
No, she's loving it, but, it's still not the same thing. You can take Pele. He can't go out and you can't put pads on him and have him go out and play in the NFL.
I don't think that's the argument, Jeff. I think the argument, if you're a woman, is that now this gives, young women in this country growing up role models for them to emulate athletically.
No, I agree with that. I think it's excellent in that way, but, I don't want to watch it myself.
I agree, and I'm with you, Jeff. I'm not going to watch it.
I'd rather watch, like today I watched the golf tournament where there's really nobody even playing in that golf tournament.
Well, don't even give me these soccer players aren't athletes, but golfers are. That's your weakest argument. 1-800-895-1011. John's in New York.
Hello?
What's up, John?
Hey, how you doing, bro?
Doing okay.
This might be like 2 or 3 part question here, all right?
Well, let's go slow because I'm, not even
all
smart
right, no
to do
problem.
one at a time.
I'll go slow. Is that okay?
Sure.
All right. The Seattle Mariners, I believe they have a new ballpark opening.
Yes, they do.
Next year, right?
Yes. Safeco Field. Not next year. It's opening next week. The next home series they have, they're playing in the new park.
Oh. Now, here's a question for me. Oh, actually, to you. Now, you take a hockey team like the Colorado Avalanche, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they had Joe Sakic, Patrick Waugh, and Forsberg.
Mm-hmm.
And they tied up probably about...
Okay, so you're telling me that the Mariners shouldn't tie up money in A-Rod and Griffey?
No. I think they should tie money up in them because that's how they're going to sell out the ballpark.
I agree. Well, you know what? Actually, in Seattle, that's not even good enough. How they sell out ballparks in Seattle is you win. And trust me, without A-Rod and Griffey...
without A-Rod or without Griffey, you're not winning.
I agree. You know what? First off, I could never... See, this goes back to what I was talking about with Dave Dombrowski. Dave Dombrowski built a championship team in Major League Baseball.
Well, let me ask you a question.
Listen to me, I could never dismantle a championship team. If I were Dave Dombrowski, I would quit my job before I traded all those players. And likewise, if I'm a general manager, and believe me, Woody Woodward will never work again as soon as he gets fired in Seattle, whenever that is. How could you be the guy to trade Ken Griffey Jr. or Alex Rodriguez in their prime? How could you go, hi, My career is in baseball. Thank you very much. I'm the guy who traded Ken Griffey. I couldn't do it. I'm telling you, if I were a general manager, couldn't do it.
That's like the New York Yankees in the 1970s trading away Thurman Munson.
No. It's like It's like the New York Yankees in the 20s trading Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig. It's like the New York Yankees in the 50s trading Mickey Mantle and Whitey Ford. Only Ken Griffey Jr. is better than Mickey Mantle, and Alex Rodriguez is better than Whitey Ford. There's nothing of any parallel to this in the history of sports. You can't trade those guys, particularly in a town like Seattle, which is the worst sports town in America. 1-800-895-1011. Eric is in Birmingham, Alabama.
Yes.
What's up, Eric?
I have a couple comments. First of all, on your soccer comment, I completely agree. I'm sick of soccer.
Well, but again, this game yesterday was not about soccer. It was about women's athletics in America. It goes way beyond soccer.
Yeah, I agree with that, and I understand it's America against the world, but I hate soccer, and I'm tired of soccer. I wish there were some, baseball against the world or something, but
wouldn't have had the same impact.
I agree.
That's why this is okay. Don't view this as the soccer game. View this as an historically significant sporting event. Okay, just like the Miracle on Ice in 1980, that was an historic sporting event. Have you watched any Olympics hockey since then? It doesn't matter. That event in and of itself was a significant event. That's how you have to. That's the context you have to put this soccer game in. It's not about soccer.
And you couldn't have asked for a better ending, I guess, for that.
Right. I mean, again, this was a convergence of history. This is. I'm just telling you. Sometimes things are preordained, and this is a point in American history that this sporting event has far greater significance than standing alone as a soccer game. This is a defining moment in American cultural history where women's athletics is now the center focal point, not in sports, in America. Everybody in America tomorrow will be talking about that soccer game. For good or bad, it's got nothing to do with soccer. 1-800-895-1011 is the number. 1-800-895-1011. If you want to talk about that. I also want to get in the next segment about the economic disparities in baseball and what's going on with some of these teams. 1-800-895-1011.
Sports Fan Radio Network.
The Atros Perot, Nike shoes, and Federal Express have all used government money to ensure their success, and you can too. Next year, the government's going to give out over $350 billion to people just like you who want to start a business, go back to school, or train for a new job. I'm Matthew Lesko, and I've written over 70 books on government programs. You've probably seen me on Oprah, Larry King, or even C-SPAN. My new book shows over 15,000 government sources, like how to get $100,000 to open up a coffee shop, $15,000 to write a book, $30,000 to become a French chef, or $15,000 to finish school, get a GED, or even a PhD. You get money to travel overseas, or even work on your invention. I've done all the work, so you just have to make the call.
To order your 1,100-page book plus 6 hours of audio tapes for only 2 payments of $29.95 plus shipping, call 1-800-530-8668. And if you order now, you'll receive free How I Started My Home Business. Call 1-800-530-8668. Order now.
Introducing the new Encore movie channel. The new Encore is just that, new. Now with recent big hit movies like Con Air, The English Patient, G.I. Jane, and Scream. And only Encore promises you a great movie every night, guaranteed. So call 800-210-4000 for the new Encore movie channel. A great movie every night, guaranteed. Encore is a premium subscription movie network.
What would you do to talk to the great one, Wayne Gretzky?
I'll kiss Cleopatra's feet if we get Wayne Gretzky.
Okay. Oh, yeah!
We're talking with Wayne Gretzky. Do you still blush a little bit when people call you the great one?
People now call me the great one. I always kind of say used to be.
All right, Cleopatra. She's got her foot up on the chair.
All right.
He's puckering up. Oh, yeah. That wasn't so bad. Yeah.
Power Cleo and the Pig.
Way to go, Cleo.
Weeknights at 7 Eastern on the Sports Fan Radio Network.
Sports Fan Radio Network. The 2-minute drill.
Sponsored by Chlortrimeton. Get all-day allergy relief with 12-hour Chlortrimeton.
One regular National League game on Saturday, San Francisco beats St. Louis 4-2 despite a home run by Mark McGuire. Now let's look at some interleague play.
The kick, the pitch on the way. Ground ball right side. Great play by the pitcher. And everybody comes in. Here comes the winning run. The Padres win it. Oh, doctor, you can hang a star on this game.
Thanks to KFMB Padres Radio Network, John Wetland trying for his Major League leading 27th save, blows his 5th save chance. Donnie Wall, the winner, to improve his record to 6-1. Final San Diego 5, Texas 4. The White Sox fall to the Cubs 10-2. It was Toronto edging Montreal 7-6. Houston over Kansas City 3-2. In 11 innings, Atlanta beats the Red Sox 2-1. Oakland shuts out Arizona 2-0. It was Tampa Bay edging Florida 9-8. Anaheim triples up on Colorado 9-3. Cleveland over Cincinnati 11-10. The Mets take out the Yankees 9-8. Detroit triples Milwaukee 9-3.
Allbird deals to him, swinging a high fly to left. Going back on the ball is Ducey. Still going back. He looks up, and the ball is gone. It carries out of here for a home run. And Will Clark on the first pitch he sees goes deep, and the Orioles get a 1-0 lead here in the second.
Thanks to WBAL, the Orioles radio network, Mike Mussina strikes out 12 in 7 innings. Baltimore ends their 4-game losing streak with an 8-4 victory over the Phillies. It was Seattle losing to Los Angeles Dodgers 2-1, and Pittsburgh is a loser to Minnesota, the score 5-4. Former New York Jet Mark Gastineau gets 15 days on the slammer for bothering his estranged wife. Dallas Cowboys quarterback Troy Aikman gets engaged. No date set for his marriage to Rhonda Worthy. With reports every 20 minutes, I'm Corbett Bratton.
Sports Fan Radio Network.
People say if it doesn't have a ball, it's not a sport. Therefore, figure skating is not a sport, gymnastics is not a sport, swimming is something you do to cool off. Cross-country skiing is how a Norwegian goes out for beer. The biathlon, which combines skiing and shooting, is how a Norwegian robs a bank. Bowling, now bowling at least has a ball. But bowling exists solely as an excuse to suck down beer and bratwurst in the middle of the week. Is it a sport? Yes, and thank God for it. It goes like this. Any activity in which beer improves your performance is not a sport. Any activity in which you can pull a groin is a sport. Anyone who has pulled a groin, therefore, is an athlete.
Got a lot on your mind? Chill out at Mandalay Bay Resort in Las Vegas. From Red Square to Rum Jungle, from the House of Blues to the Sand and Surf Beach, nobody can entertain you like we can. Call 877-632-7000 for reservations.
Hunting is not a sport. It's how a redneck shops for groceries.
This is JT the Brick, and we're on the road trip again, this time to Boston for baseball's All-Star Game. Friday, join us at the Poorhouse from 3 to 6 p.m. Somerville, Mass. is Saturday night, the Good Times Emporium. Sunday night at the Northeast Brewing Company. Monday and Tuesday from 3 to 6 p.m. we'll be at Whiskey's, and then we're rolling in to Fenway for the 99 All-Star Game. I can't wait to get back to Beantown. Thanks to Xerox, the document company.
Introducing the new Encore movie channel. The new Encore is just that, new. Now with recent big hit movies like Con Air, The English Patient, G.I. Jane, and Scream. And only Encore promises you a great movie every night, guaranteed. So call 800-210-4000 for the new Encore movie channel. A great movie every night, guaranteed. Encore is a premium subscription movie network.
To get sloppy with a pig, dial 1-800-895-1011. That's 1-800-895-1011. What's that smell? Welcome back to the Pig Pen with Mike Responts on the Sports Fan Radio Network.
All right, welcome back to the show. You're listening to the Pig Pen on the Sports Fan Radio Network. Mike Responts, the Sports Pig, taking your phone calls right damn now. 1-800-895-1011 is the number. 1-800-895-1011. Had jam phone lines all night. If you can't get through on the phones, you can't get through on the email. SPTPIG@AOL.com. SPTPIG@AOL.com. Also, as I mentioned, the fax number 702-740-4204. That being out of the way, let's get back to the phones. Tina is in Seattle.
Oh.
Tina, how are you?
I'm fine. I just want to call to tell you about our stupidity here in Seattle. But I will tell you that they won't come to Safeco unless we're winning. And I've been there, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, I heard everybody I talked to at KGR and everybody in Seattle says it is an awesome ballpark, and I've seen. I was there when they were building it, but at the time they hadn't built the facade, the entranceway. It looks like a beautiful stadium.
It's incredible. We were allowed to go out to the third tier, all the way down, and even into the clubhouse. We were able to walk through, look at the training room, and go through all through it. It was really incredible.
See, but what's the point, Tina, in Seattle of having a state-of-the-art facility and losing all your players? That doesn't make sense.
Well, they won't. They won't. The Mariners aren't stupid enough to trade.
Yes, Tina, they are. They traded Randy Johnson. They're plenty stupid enough.
Well, that's true, but you know what? It was when the Arizona got their franchise.
Oh, yeah, and dissed all over Randy Johnson and ran him down, thus running down his trade value. Believe me, it was never in Randy Johnson's mind to do anything other than sign a multi-year contract with the Seattle Mariners at one point. Obviously, once they started crapping all over and treating him like hell, then he decided to leave.
Well, I totally agree. I mean, it was said that when they got his Arizona, they got their team that he wanted to go be with the family, and it was even before. I mean, a year and a half before even the trading thing came up.
Okay, but see,
but listen, you know what? I agree with you.
But listen, you lose Randy Johnson, now you lose Griffey, now you lose A-Rod. It's a domino effect.
I think that they will. I mean, they're stupid. Okay, I'll use your words. They're stupid if they let them go. Absolutely stupid. They're doing the wrong things right now. They have a beautiful stadium. The PR
but Tina,
in
okay,
Seattle
here's my contention, and you're in Seattle, so maybe you feel differently, okay? Show, you are listening to the Big Ben on the Sports Fan Radio Network. Our thanks to the Devil Rays and Red Sox Radio Network for those highlights. Give up the baseball. Nobody cares. Chick soccer's where it's at there, Taylor. 1-800-895-1011. You have no idea how pissed I am that people are calling in and talking about soccer. But hey, what am I going to do? I guess Alan in Dallas called back and made some threats off the air. Well, you know what? If you're that tough, why are you a soccer guy? Why don't you, I think you have misdirected anger towards me. Maybe you should be involved in boxing or football or some real sport. 1-800-895-1011. Unbelievable. Mark, he's in Dallas, too. Mark, how are you doing?
Hey, what's going on?
You tell me.
Well, Alan's wrong.
Yeah, you know what, Mark, I want everybody from the state of Texas to call in and tell him that football's a superior sport to soccer, and he's a sissy.
I think he's from Boston.
Yeah, he didn't have much of a Texas drawl, did he, Mark?
No, he really didn't, did he?
Nah, see,
he's a transplant. Hey,
yeah, and again, forget me embarrassing him. I'm taking the position that Alan pretty much called it and embarrassed himself.
Well, hey, let me just say this. Hey, Alan, if you're out there, you're wrong.
Yeah, and you know what? I'll tell you what. If he's really that upset, maybe we'll fly him out to the Vegas here, put him up at the beautiful Mandalay Bay, and come down and punch my face in.
Well, like I said, he's not from Texas.
Not a real Texan, right?
Not a Texan. Let me tell you this about all that. And this ought to be your final word on the women's soccer thing.
Okay.
Kudos, congratulations, girls. You did great. Okay?
Yeah, and Brandy Chastain should have taken off her top and had nothing on under.
Well, get rid of that sports bra, too, though.
Yeah, but I like the fact that she said, God damn it, on the air. That was kind of cool.
I'll tip my hat to that, too.
Okay. She's cool. I like Brandy Chastain, immediately one of my favorite athletes now, and I've never even heard of her a week ago.
Yeah, she's pretty cute, isn't she?
It's not even that she's cute. I'm telling you, that was a great, I got a shot at her. You know what I'm saying, Mark? You know what? Here's the deal. They're talking about all these women, naming their daughters after all these soccer players. You know in Dallas how this works, right? You know, some chick's going to name her kid Brandy after her, and instead of growing up to be a soccer star, she's going to grow up and be a stripper and be the only stripper in Dallas that's not going to change her name.
We transplant most of our strippers now. Watch out.
Okay, that's right. That's a leading export in Dallas, and I'm sure a lot of them coming here to Vegas.
It certainly is.
Okay, that's a good thing.
I'll tell you this, though.
That's a
women's
good
soccer thing, like I said, kudos. It'll last for like 2 weeks.
No, I think there will be a professional soccer league out of this. I think the guy called in last
segment. About 2001 after the Olympics.
Well, yeah, but Mark, let me tell you something. I'm not going to watch it, but I'm telling you, there will be sponsorship money and there will be a TV contract.
Did you watch it today?
No, I watched the last 15 seconds. Mark, just because I'm not watching doesn't mean it's not going to. That doesn't mean there's not an audience. I don't watch WNBA games either. It doesn't mean that nobody's watching.
That I even watched some of the WNBA because the soccer thing was so boring?
Oh, Mark, you're a hypocrite. Come on, man. Oh, yeah, that chick soccer was so boring. I turned on the WNBA. That's the Mark, you seem like a lucid guy to me, but that's a bad argument. 1-800-895-1011. Patrick's in Seattle.
How you doing, Pig?
What is up, Patrick?
Hey, I want to talk a little bit about Griffey A-Rod. I don't see it feasible as how we're going to keep both players.
Why? How do you not see how it's feasible?
Listen to me, Pig. It's going to be a 10-year deal, probably $20 million a player. That's $40 million a year on 2 players.
Okay, let me just put it to you this way, Patrick. Do you know that Nintendo Corporation at about $1 million a year guarantees
They're not putting no money into it, though. Nintendo's just put the money into invest.
Well, you know what? Then you should demand that John Ellis and Chuck Armstrong be replaced by somebody with accountability from Nintendo.
They're idiots. But you're wrong on the Griffey thing. That was just a rumor. Major League Baseball Association does not allow any player to renegotiate his contract and defer money.
No. That's
a rumor.
No, listen to me. That is a direct quote. Then Griffey's lying because that's what he said. That's not a rumor.
It's not allowed. He might went up there and try to do it, but it's not allowed.
First off, it is allowed because it's his contract. He can do anything he wants. And virtually, Patrick, let me tell you. Okay,
not allowed.
Why am I arguing sports knowledge with anybody in Seattle? That would be one thing. Virtually every team in Major League play in baseball, all of them, have guys who defer money. For instance, it happened yesterday. Vladimir Guerrero named to the All-Star team. He gets a bonus for being named to the All-Star team. The money that he got as being an All-Star was deferred until the year 2003. Players defer money off their contracts all the time. It happens all the time in baseball. 1-800-895-1011. Mike is in Phoenix.
How's it going?
What's up?
All right. Hey, look, I just wanted to give a shout-out to the U.S. women's soccer team, just to let that go. I just wanted to talk about the D-backs. I wanted to know your thoughts on the acquisition they made by
That's huge.
trading,
Matt Mantei, you have the worst bullpen in the National League, and you just got the best closer. How do you think that's going to impact them?
Come on now.
What do you mean, come on? Matt Mantei is the best relief pitcher in the National League, period.
Okay. And we got him now. So what does that say for us?
Mike, let me ask you something. Have I ever lied to you?
Huh?
Have I ever lied to you?
Okay, go ahead.
I'm telling you, Matt Mantei is the best closer in the National League. Why would I say that if I didn't believe it to be true?
Okay, but the rest of our bullpen isn't that bad. You're making us sound like we're...
What? Are you insane?
Like Seattle, for Christ's sakes.
You are Seattle. Actually, you're
Come
not.
on.
You know why? You've blown more saves than the Seattle Mariners.
Yeah, okay, but we're halfway point. We're all-star game.
You're an idiot. Your team just got Matt Mantei, and you're coming in to argue you're not Seattle. You've blown more saves than Seattle. Get a clue. 1-800-895-1011. Ray's in Boston.
Hey, how you doing? It's my first time calling, man.
What's up?
Nothing. Well, first of all, yeah, soccer does kind of suck. I'm really not feeling soccer.
Soccer doesn't kind of suck.
We have the revolution up here. I'm really not feeling the revolution. I think what the women did is kind of cool because I have a niece, and it's like my niece needs heroes too, you know?
I agree. You're right.
It's not bad for them. But us, I like basketball, I like football, and...
Right, I'm always going to like basketball and baseball and football. That's never going to change. We're not talking about us. We're talking about your niece.
Okay, well, I mean, she's cool. She ate up the whole Mia Hamm thing and all that. But, you know, Mia Hamm couldn't do nothing with Jordan in no sports. So, you know, women, to me, women, all right, to be an athlete is one thing, but I don't see soccer as being so much as an athlete. I think any woman who could probably run around the field without using their hands and kicking a lot, that's really not I don't know. But
well, I do know. And believe me, to me, this is the only sport where you can make the argument that they're just as good as the men.
Yeah, that's the only sport, and I believe he was referring to that commercial they have on for Gatorade.
Oh, wait, that's a commercial, okay?
Where Mia
In
Hamm
fact, Mia Hamm actually said that everything they did, Michael Jordan kicked their ass.
Right,
in everything they did.
I doubt he could kick her ass in soccer. I bet you she could head fake him out.
You know what? I'll tell you
score on
what.
him.
You tell me, and again, I watched Little World Cup, follow the soccer. I'm telling you, the style these women play, they can compete with men. Because men's soccer is a joke. And these little sissy soccer guys are not athletes. Believe me, the fact that these women even try to score makes them superior to every men's soccer team on earth. For instance, when you see Brazil, it's not even a doubt that that's like the greatest soccer team ever assembled. Brazil should dominate the sport of soccer. But you got to understand the mentality of these men's soccer teams from Europe and from South America. Ask anybody you ever talk to who follows soccer. The quote-unquote perfect soccer game is 0-0. And I'll give you a story. And people don't want to hear this story because I've told it before on the air. But I played soccer when I lived in Europe. And I did it basically to stay in shape between when I was playing basketball, which is a real sport. I played this soccer game, and I scored a couple of goals in a soccer game. Coach of mine, who played in the World Cup, pulls me aside. Just pulls me aside. Stop doing that. You Americans with your scoring. You don't understand the sport of soccer. Guys lecturing me. I just score a couple of goals. The guy pulls me aside and starts criticizing me. Don't do that. You don't understand soccer. You don't understand the game. Don't score. Well, see, that's why Americans hate soccer. Americans cannot even comprehend of a sport that the perfection is 0-0. When I started in sports talk radio,
everybody wins.
Yeah, when I started in sports talk radio, you'll like this story, Taylor. I had an intern, right? The kid's now, he's disgraced himself and went on to be a television anchor. But the guy was from Portugal, right? He was a kid, grew up watching soccer in Europe. Or, excuse me, in South America. And he loved soccer, was a big soccer fan. And this was the last World Cup that was going on, right? Yeah, Portugal's in Europe. What am I saying? Whatever. It's one of these pissant third world countries. Screw them. So the kid is a big soccer fan, and we're doing a remote at a bar, at a sports bar. And he's watching the World Cup, and the part of the deal we did for doing the remote is we got free liquor. We got a free tab for all the liquor we could drink at this bar. Now, picture yourself, Taylor. Let's say we were doing a remote and you got free liquor all night. What would you do?
Drink it.
Drink till you died, right?
I'd drink
You'd probably drink until you were dead. Is that basically it? Yes. Okay, this is a kid, college kid. What would you do when you were in college?
I would have drank until I was dead and then had some more.
Right. So here's this kid when he's in college, right? He goes, geez, I'd like to stay here and hang out with you and all these girls, but I have to go home and watch the World Cup soccer game because I taped it. I go, wait a minute, Portugal didn't play soccer today. He goes, no, but it's the Korea, whatever the hell, soccer match. I go, wait a minute, I saw the score of that game. I know the final is 0-0 in that game. The kid's like, yeah, I know. I'm going to go home and watch it. And I'm like astounded. I go, you mean to tell me that you're going to go home and watch a tape of a soccer game that you know the final score is 0-0. You're going to go home and watch this soccer game, and you know that nobody scores in this entire game. That you're going to turn down free liquor all night and chasing women so that you could go home and watch a tape of a soccer game that you know ends 0-0 between two countries you couldn't give a damn about. Guy's like, yeah. And I told him when I told that last guy, you're a homo. 1-800-895-1011. 1-800-895-1011. So, Taylor, seriously, that's what's wrong with soccer. Can you conceive that you would sit around and you know that a game's going to end 0-0, yet you run home to watch the game on tape.
That's inconceivable. I really couldn't.
I mean, I can't. I'm an American, okay? Can't conceive of that. Can't in my wildest imagination imagine that I would watch some game where that I knew the final result of the game was 0-0. That's a joke. That's a complete anti-American. That's everything that this country. That's against everything this country is about. That's why soccer is never, and I mean never, going to catch on to this country. Maybe you can have a chick soccer league, but only if they score goals. 1-800-895-1011 is the number. 1-800-895-1011. You are listening to the Pig Pen on the Sports Fan Radio Network.
Sports Fan Radio Network.
Got your summer vacation planned? You've earned it. Time to get away and leave your worries behind, which gets a lot easier when you protect your home with 24-hour central station monitoring from ADT. Because it's not just the temperatures rising, it's crime. Installing an ADT system makes your home 15 times less likely to be the target of a break-in. So protect your home and family with America's #1 home security company, ADT. Your timing couldn't be better because right now, ADT will give you 2 months free central station monitoring when you install an ADT system. Let ADT keep watch over your kids and your home 24 hours a day. Call today for free information about this special 2-month free monitoring offer. 1-800-617-8400. That's 1-800-617-8400. Jot it down. 1-800-617-8400. 36-month monitoring agreement required at $25.99 a month. One-time activation fee and requirements, restrictions, and fees may apply.
Do you know what makes a woman want you? You'll be surprised to know it has nothing to do with your looks. Some men send out invisible sexual signals that excite women instantly. The more signals your body sends out, the more women you attract. Now there's a way to get those sexual signals in a bottle. It's called Vibrations with pheromones. Vibrations contains a secret pheromone compound that's completely undetectable, but thoroughly irresistible. Wear Vibrations at work, and you'll get more attention. Wear it at night, and beautiful women will compete for you. Vibrations gives you an unfair advantage with beautiful women. You'll get more looks, more attention, more everything. It's guaranteed. Call now, 888-318-7980. Mention this ad and get a stimulating video for adults only, free when you order Vibrations. Call now, 888-318-7980. That's 888-318-7980.
Sponsored by Chlortrimeton. Get all-day allergy relief with 12-hour Chlortrimeton.
One regular National League game on Saturday, San Francisco beats St. Louis 4-2 despite a home run by Mark McGuire. Now let's look at some interleague play.
The kick, the pitch on the way. Ground ball right side. Great play by the pitcher. And everybody comes in. Here comes the winning run. The Padres win it. Oh, doctor! You can hang a star on this game.
Thanks to KFMB Padres Radio Network, John Wetland trying for his Major League leading 27th save, blows his 5th save chance. Donnie Wall, the winner, to improve his record to 6-1. Final San Diego 5, Texas 4. The White Sox fall to the Cubs 10-2. It was Toronto edging Montreal 7-6. Houston over Kansas City 3-2. In 11 innings, Atlanta beats the Red Sox 2-1. Oakland shuts out Arizona 2-0. It was Tampa Bay edging Florida 9-8. Anaheim triples up on Colorado 9-3. Cleveland over Cincinnati 11-10. The Mets take out the Yankees 9-8. Detroit triples Milwaukee 9-3.
Allbird deals to him, swinging a high fly to left. Going back on the ball is Ducey. Still going back. He looks up, and that ball is gone. It carries out of here for a home run. And Will Clark on the first pitch he sees goes deep. And the Orioles get a 1-0 lead here in the second.
Thanks to WBAL, the Orioles radio network, Mike Mussina strikes out 12 in 7 innings. Baltimore ends their 4-game losing streak with an 8-4 victory over the Phillies. It was Seattle losing to Los Angeles Dodgers 2-1. And Pittsburgh is a loser to Minnesota. The score 5-4. Former New York Jet Mark Gastineau gets 15 days on the slammer for bothering his estranged wife. Dallas Cowboys quarterback Troy Aikman gets engaged. No date set for his marriage to Rhonda Worthy. With reports every 20 minutes, I'm Corbett Bratton.
Sports Fan Radio Network.
This is JT the Brick, and we're on the road trip again, this time to Boston for baseball's All-Star Game. Friday, join us at the Poorhouse from 3 to 6 p.m. Somerville, Mass. is Saturday night, the Good Times Emporium. Sunday night at the Northeast Brewing Company. Monday and Tuesday from 3 to 6 p.m. we'll be at Whiskey's, and then we're rolling in to Fenway for the 99 All-Star Game. I can't wait to get back to Beantown. Thanks to Xerox, the document company.
Introducing the new Encore movie channel. The new Encore is just that, new. Now with recent big hit movies like Con Air, The English Patient, G.I. Jane, and Scream. And only Encore promises you a great movie every night, guaranteed. So call 800-210-4000 for the new Encore movie channel. A great movie every night, guaranteed. Encore is a premium subscription movie network.
Got your summer vacation planned? You've earned it. Time to get away and leave your worries behind, which gets a lot easier when you protect your home with 24-hour central station monitoring from ADT. Because it's not just the temperatures rising, it's crime. Installing an ADT system makes your home 15 times less likely to be the target of a break-in. So protect your home and family with America's #1 home security company, ADT. Your timing couldn't be better, because right now, ADT will give you 2 months free central station monitoring when you install an ADT system. Let ADT keep watch over your kids and your home 24 hours a day. Call today for free information about this special 2-month free monitoring offer. 1-800-617-8400. That's 1-800-617-8400. Jot it down. 1-800-617-8400. 36-month monitoring agreement required at $25.99 a month. One-time activation fee and requirements, restrictions, and fees may apply.
The Atros Perot, Nike shoes, and Federal Express have all used government money to ensure their success, and you can too. Next year, the government's going to give out over $350 billion to people just like you who want to start a business, go back to school, or train for a new job. I'm Matthew Lesko, and I've written over 70 books on government programs. You've probably seen me on Oprah, Larry King, or even C-SPAN. My new book shows over 15,000 government sources, like how to get $100,000 to open up a coffee shop, $15,000 to write a book, $30,000 to become a French chef, or $15,000 to finish school, get a GED, or even a PhD. You get money to travel overseas, or even work on your invention. I've done all the work, so you just have to make the call.
To order your 1,100-page book, plus 6 hours of audio tapes for only 2 payments of $29.95, plus shipping, call 1-800-530-8668. And if you order now, you'll receive free How I Started My Home Business. Call 1-800-530-8668. Order now.
To get sloppy with a pig, dial 1-800-895-1011. That's 1-800-895-1011.
As a goalkeeper, you always dream about, making the big PK save and in the big game and whatever, but I mean, heaven forbid, I never thought I'd ever have to make, a PK save, for the World Cup title, but I'm glad I was able to do it, and hopefully, as my time goes on here, I'll get better.
And now, here's the other white meat, the pig, Mike Responts.
All right, welcome back to the show. You're listening to the Pig Pen on the Sports Fan Radio Network. Mike Responts, the Sports Pig, taking your phone calls. The number is 1-800-895-1011. 1-800-895-1011. Love to talk sports with you. I just had a horrific thought. I'm talking to my esteemed producer, call screener, Mike Taylor. Taylor, guess what?
What?
I just had a horrible thought. If somebody were to because I went to 4 different high schools. I'm like the, Lamar Odom of sports talk radio. I have, that I know of, there's 2 pictures in existence of me in a soccer uniform, like in my high school annual. But nobody'd ever pick it was me because I weigh like 145 pounds, and I'm in a soccer uniform. But if somebody were to take the effort, literally, boy, what type of blackmail would that be? There's like pictures floating around of me in a soccer uniform.
702-740-4204 is the fax number if you have pictures of Mike Responts in his soccer uniform. What high schools were those you went to?
Man, you can pull my fingernails out, and I'm not telling you.
I know you were
Well,
from
2 of them weren't in this country.
Boise, Idaho. Well,
not in Boise, Idaho. 2 of those were actually in Europe, so I'm telling you right now, the chances of anybody listening right now to this show in Europe are pretty remote, so I'm pretty confident that
you know, you prefaced your thing about having to play soccer in Europe. I mean, hey, when in Rome, you know, do it.
But like I said, it's not like I like
bet you ate a lot of greasy fish and
but
chips.
see, here's the deal. You know, you know that when you get pulled aside, no, don't score goals. After you score a goal, you know that soccer's a disaster of a sport.
But it's Europe. I'm sure you drink warm beer there, too.
Exactly. No real American could embrace the sport of soccer. It can't be done. It's against everything this country stands for. Soccer is literally the worst sport ever invented. It's a joke. That's why it's so easy in this country to just make up a sport and it's better. Anything that we as Americans can make up is better.
Ask how many people have gone to the X Games. All those sports were just made up in the last 10 years.
Good example. Forget baseball and basketball and football and hockey, which are vastly superior sports. I'm talking about, you know, jumping out of an airplane with a roller blade, right? Or with a skateboard. That's a better sport. Roller derby, better sport. There's no such thing as a sport that's inferior to soccer. Anything you can make up is better than soccer. Soccer is the worst sport in the history of the world. 1-800-895-1011. Tony is in Tennessee. Tony, how are you?
Hey, Mike. Thanks for taking my call. Appreciate it.
Thanks for calling.
Hey, I was kind of, bothered about 4 years ago when I lived in the Bay Area. I had a photographer friend that wanted me to come out and take pictures for him, do some shooting because he needed some help. I went out to a place there, and I thought we were going to take, Little League pictures like you usually did. The league that was a soccer league. Now, that league that we took pictures had over 400 kids from the ages of about 5 years old up to about 11 or 12. In all that Bay Area of the contracts that he had for Little League, baseball, none of them compared to it. Now, we're talking 4 years ago.
No, Tony, that's a fact. Thanks for the call. Throughout this country, more kids play soccer than baseball. That speaks to the decline of this country. I'm telling you right now, there's a direct correlation of how great this country used to be as opposed to how many kids now play soccer. 1-800-895-1011. Jamal's in Denver.
Yeah, hello, Pig.
What's going on?
Hey, enjoy your show, man.
Thanks.
Unfortunately, we only get you on the weekends, but...
That's okay. That's plenty enough. If you want to pick us up during the week, you need to do you have a computer?
Yeah.
Hey, guess what? Log on to broadcast.com or sportsfanradio.com, or if you have AOL, go to keyword sportsfan, and you can pick up this show and listen to me. I'm on 5 to 9 Pacific, which, of course, is 8 to midnight Eastern, and you can pick up and listen to the show. I do a show with Chuck Powell here on the network, so you can listen to me 6 days a week.
Hey, good deal, man. Man, check this out. I played college basketball, man. I remember when I was in high school, we had a couple of soccer guys trying out for the team, and they absolutely have no ability whatsoever.
They got no
ability. In all honesty, the only reason why people play soccer, I mean, like the previous caller indicated that, little kids do like it, but I think in high school it's more like basically a dating thing, man. It's
whoever got a chick because they're on the soccer team.
Exactly. Exactly. And they have absolutely no ability. I don't know why people are calling you. They're so.
But Jamal, why would they have any ability? They can't use their hands. Why would you even think that playing soccer would develop your ability in any real sport?
Yeah, obviously. I mean, you would think they have some kind of ability with their feet and all, but
no, they're not. They got nothing. They literally. I'm telling you right now, soccer is a disaster sport. There is no such thing. I'm telling you. I swear to Christ that Brianna Scurry or Mia Hamm could play in the. You know what? In fact, they were in negotiations to bring Mia Hamm into Major League Soccer.
Yeah.
Did you know that? They actually had all the teams in the league fighting over which of them would get Mia Hamm, And I'm telling you, she's as much a man as Alexi Lawless. What's the difference? How would you notice the 11th person standing around on the field in a soccer game? You're telling me women can't run around on the field and do nothing in the Major League Soccer just like men? It's a joke.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I mean, I'm not racist or anything, but it seems like more white males.
No, because a lot of, like on this team, Brianna Scurry's an African American.
Yeah, well, that's really rare. I mean, I hardly ever...
But it's an example today, Jamal. Come on, man.
Well, I mean, the country has been like this for many years.
Okay, listen to me. I'm going to do you a favor here, okay? Yeah. This network actually got an interview with Brianna Scurry, and we'll play it for you. This is not a race thing. This is soccer is an inferior sport. You should hate soccer because it's a bad sport. There's no racial implications of this at all. Okay?
Yeah. Hey, it's nice talking to you, Steve.
Thanks for the call. And believe me, that's the one accusation you can't make about soccer. You know what's wrong with soccer there, Taylor? Not enough minorities throughout the world play it.
No. I think the point he was trying to make, though, and if you look at it statistically, most middle-class white soccer moms take their middle-class white kids to play soccer.
No doubt.
There's not a lot of inner-city soccer
I know,
clubs.
but you know what? Guess what? Brianna Scurry, I'm not saying she's from an inner-city background, but she is an African-American,
I'm not
and she
saying
is a
that
soccer
there
player.
is racism or anything in it. I'm just saying that most of the soccer moms out there are middle-class white moms, so they...
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And teenage boys out there, do not join soccer to meet women. Join the yearbook or the...
Don't join the yearbook either, okay, Taylor?
Yearbook or DARE or any other thing.
Yeah, join the Glee Club. Join some other sissy
that'll be full of women that won't make you as much of a sissy as soccer.
Soccer I mean, seriously, am I wrong on this, or is soccer just the biggest joke of all time? Believe me, you can't do anything worse in your life than play soccer. Curtis is in Tacoma. Curtis.
Hey, Piggy, top of the morning.
What's up?
Hey, I was going to tell the 49ers, but I'm going to skip this one because I just got a future Mariner moment for you.
Oh, God.
We're not going to be able to sign A-Rod, number one. Okay, that's a given. We're barely going to sign Griffey. We get rid of Omar Vizquel. Then we're going to re-sign Joey Cora for the bare minimum.
Well, have some more heroin and go back to bed. 1-800-895-1011. Now, again, we have pretty loose call screening policies on the show, Taylor. Does the term call screening mean anything to you?
Hey, Curtis, he was the one that was pissed because he was waiting for 15 minutes to get those astute observations on the air.
You know what? Don't do drugs. Yeah. Why do you think they call it dope? 1-800-895-1011. Ernie's in San Francisco.
Yeah, I'm a first-time caller.
Okay.
Yeah, and the thing is, you keep knocking soccer, but who wants to watch a baseball game when it goes to the 18th inning, 0-0, and he's always
I would
fat
watch
football players?
I would watch that.
Man, you're just jealous, man. Your show sucks, too.
I'm jealous? What? Oh, nice call. Yeah, I'm jealous of soccer because of all the success it's attained, of all the world or all the American success of the sport of soccer. Why, look at Major League Soccer, how successful that is. Look at the North American Soccer League, what a brilliant success that was. Look at the Major Indoor Soccer League and how successful that is. Look at the Continental Indoor Soccer League. You're right. I take it all back. Soccer, extremely successful in this country. Steve's in Fort Lauderdale.
Gentlemen.
No gentlemen, but go ahead.
How you doing?
Doing okay.
I'm calling about the soccer situation. Soccer, if you look at its history, has never been popular within the United States due to the fact that there's so many other options for the youth to try.
Right, and they're all better. So many better options, exactly.
Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be better or worse.
No, they're better. It doesn't have to be. They are better. Every sport Americans love is better. I would watch WNBA basketball over soccer. There is no conceivable circumstance in my life where I would spend 5 seconds watching Major League Soccer.
Soccer is a sport that which you have to either participate to appreciate
I participated in soccer.
As someone who views it. The same thing as golf.
Steve, I participated in soccer. I can't stand watching 1 second of soccer. Soccer is a culturally endemic sport. It's kind of like, I don't know, either baseball or hockey. Hockey's a culturally endemic sport, but soccer's bad. Soccer is just nationalism, and we saw that today, in America. The only reason people watch soccer today and watch the women's soccer, the Women's World Cup, was the nationalistic aspects of that team. There is no way that you could ever get America to embrace the sport of soccer. It's been tied a number of times. They thought the World Cup was going to get people to watch Major League Soccer. How well did that work? 1-800-895